Welcome, Abdel, CEO and co-founder of Deep Lake. Abdel, can you tell us a little bit about yourself before we get started? And if you could, yep, hello there, perfect. So
yeah,
Abdel, you're quite the amazing entrepreneur. You're a serial entrepreneur before you joined our program. You did several pivots, and now you've built an amazing platform. So can you sort of like briefly summarize in a couple of minutes how you got here, and then focus a little bit about what Deep Lake Finance does, and then
yeah, of course.
and then we'll get started. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, so my name is Abdel, and I'm from Morocco, Casablanca, North Africa. I started as a telecom engineer. I graduated from maybe something like similar to MIT in France. And I started, like I said, as a telecom engineer. I've done a lot of work in that space. And then after year and a half, I've decided to start my entrepreneurial journey. So I've built the first company in the industry that I was in after graduation. I worked with many companies to develop and create for them solutions like Zoom, Meet, Skype, because back then this space was still didn't have uh, like a few products that ruled it. So there was still some place to build in-house things that were customized and personalized for the client or the customer. Um, After a few years in that industry, it kind of started winding down, and we had to pivot to a place or to a wider spectrum of clients. So we started working with banks and insurance companies to again build with them things that are customized to their needs for like transferring everything that is legacy related to digital world via mobile
Abdel,
and web.
sorry, Abdel, apologies for interrupting. Our team says that we're echoing, so let's try to restart the sound again. Just give me 1 second. All right.
Yeah, of course, no problem.
So let's try to reset this real quick.
Yeah,
We're doing something pretty entrepreneurial this time, meaning that we're doing this hackathon on multiple channels. So let me see if this is still echoing. So the audience, please bear with us for a second here. We just want to make sure the sound quality is the best for you guys. All right, let's see, testing.
Testing.
Okay, great. All right, perfect. Okay, excellent. No echo. All right, we're on. All right, you're engineer. Let's keep going, and then yeah. So
Yeah,
we lost.
so
Let's try to catch up on time here, and then get to Deep Lake.
yeah, no worries. Yeah, so first company was doing things that were related to telecom stuff in that space for building solutions like Zoom, Skype, Google Meet, because back then there was no one or no set of tools that was ruling the space. So there was some room for building this kind of customized solution for our clients. The industry started a little bit to wind down and it got democratized. So we had to pivot to a wider range of customers. And this was back in 2016, around 2016, 2017. So we started working with the banks and the insurance companies, again, building with them things that were customized to their needs and the requirements to take everything that was in the legacy world and put it into the digital world via mobile and web apps. And yeah, I've spent around 5-6 years there, and then I just wanted to start working on a product that has a bit more meaning, more impact, and part a little bit ways with the service industry, where I was or we were just the the execution, we can say, the leg of the roadmap that was set by someone else. And this is where I get to I started looking at decentralization, Web3, and crypto back in 2021. And by 2022, I met with Albert. I went through the program, Web3. Back then, it was called Web3 Startup Lab. It got rebranded to BTC Startup Lab. I was in the first cohort. Was in the first cohort. It was an amazing experience. Done a lot of things there, lots of exploration, a lot of pivot, lots of like trying to find and seeking early adopters, and creating the not the best product, but trying to like find this low-hanging fruit that might become a product for them. And this is how we've started working on the place.
Okay, great. Thanks for that. And can you, okay, and look, Deep Lake Finance is one of the most exciting projects I've seen in recent days. But before we get into all the awesome startup ideas and the very impactful products it can enable, can you take just 2 minutes to sort of zoom out and tell us, in your version of the sustainable Bitcoin economy, how does that look like? Like in the future, when everything is already fulfilled, like how does the sustainable Bitcoin economy look like to you?
Yeah, so Bitcoin, it was initially, or it was thought of as a one peer-to-peer financial system, and a wallet-based, or own your own bank on your wallet kind of system. So everyone needs to be able to, or at least Bitcoin wants to empower everyone to have his own bank on his wallet without having to be dependent of a central entity. No custody, no trust to other parties. Everything that you own is in your wallet. If you need it, you can use it without having to like depend or ask someone else to give you authorization over what you own. So this is the initial like mantra, or initial idea of Bitcoin. We've been creating this world where Bitcoin is or get to a place where we can use it as a digital currency. So today we can, like, for example, use it to buy things on commerce, use it to transfer value to someone else, use it to like pay for things from our wallet. Now that we have stabilized this initial infrastructure, which is just transactional infrastructure or payment infrastructure that allows people to exchange Bitcoin using a very robust kind of like system, we need to start thinking about bringing everything that people are using in the traditional world from a banking perspective. This is at least my opinion or my sentiment about where Bitcoin should be headed. We need to work toward bringing everything that we are seeing in the traditional world from a banking perspective: loans, speculation, trading, being able to escrow things, being able to like use Bitcoin or something else that is related to Bitcoin as collateral to get some kind of value that is not necessarily has the same weight or has the same value of what you own on top of Bitcoin. And this is what we are working on right now. Our APIs, or our like solution, is one of many solutions that is working extensively to like empower and bring this kind of utility to that first layer of things that were done during the last decade to make Bitcoin as the currency or the digital currency of the new world.
Yeah, super excellent, excellent. And so let's backtrack to today. You mentioned a lot of great ideas, and you painted a great picture of how the sustainable Bitcoin economy is going to look like in the future. So let's talk about today. So before next Bitcoin halving, if you had more time, what would you be building with the Deep Lake Finance APIs? Can you talk a little bit about what it's doing, and then what are your, like, say, top 3 to 5 wishlist ideas that you hope builders can build during this hackathon in the Bitcoin Olympics? Thank you.
Yeah, so what we are doing right now is we are building these APIs or this infrastructure that allows people to come and be enabled by our technology to go and create and develop so many products that are financial products that will allow people to be inclusive in how they use Bitcoin or how they interact with any financial system in the world. And yeah, there are so many things that we need to be built right now on top of Bitcoin. Just by looking at the landscape of financial solutions in other chains that do not leverage the power of like energy and Bitcoin, like we've discussed. There are so many things that can be built. The first thing, or the one of these things, should be and needs to be lending and credit, because once we have lending as a, let's say, another layer on top of currency, we can just open up to so many use cases and so many solutions that just come from it. If we just take a look at how the humanity has evolved throughout time, once we had credit, it just opened up so many doors for innovation and for creating more creating more ideas or creating more solutions out of our ideas. Because now, once I have an idea, even if I don't have money, I can go based on some kind of credit score, get a loan using my credit score, my idea, and my ability to build something. So yeah, the first layer, or the first one thing that I'm really excited about and needs to be built before the halving is this infrastructure for credit and lending on top of Bitcoin. Yeah, I lost you.
Excellent. No, that is awesome. Definitely, credit and lending, this topic in general has come up several times today, and
Yeah.
it is true, because credit lending market is the foundation of financial ecosystems, right? It's no secret that Aave and Compound developed first in the Ethereum ecosystem, and for good reason, because the other protocols require money markets, they require lending and borrowing, right? Credit ecosystem. So can we what are different types of lending solutions or lending products that you would recommend our contestants to build in the next week and a half? What especially with Deep Lake API, right? And let's emphasize that this is you can build this on the Bitcoin Taproot L1 or the discrete long contracts, which is like a mini form of smart contracts. What would you recommend them to build? And that's something that could maybe become a proof of concept during the hackathon, but eventually it could grow into something much bigger. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, so there are just in here there are two ideas that can be built very quickly, which are credit score and credit score based on chain transaction from the Bitcoin chain. And this is one idea, and this is like a one company. And the second idea will be to leverage that credit score to be able to use it as collateral and go get loans or go have access to some kind of loan using your credit score. And this is another idea or another company. I do not, personally, I do not recommend to like go and imagine something that is or does not have some kind of inspiration from the traditional world. The traditional world works for a lot of reasons, and we do not need to like go and reinvent the wheel. The processes and the systems that are working in the traditional finance, they are working. Of course, they lack a lot of what we are trying to push from a trust perspective, from a decentralization perspective or security perspective, but the systems from a user adoption perspective, they still work. So we just need to like inspire ourselves from them and get them to Bitcoin and to the Web3 world. So yeah, based on all of this, two companies or two ideas that I think need to be like, or can be handled very, very quickly, can be addressed very, very quickly, will be credit score and being able to leverage my credit score from my wallet, from some kind of an address, some kind of a Bitcoin address or a set of Bitcoin addresses to say, hey, I'm good for what I want to get loan for, and create some kind of marketplace where I can leverage that credit score to get a loan based on my credit score. So this is retail, or at least in my mind, I'm seeing it from a retail perspective. Another kind of ideas or solutions will be a corporate institution kind of lending, which is a little bit more complex because there is some kind of barrier to entry and some work that needs to be done with these institutions and these corporates. But it's also something that a lot of corporates I see needing, especially with all of the bank runs that we are seeing right now. All of the money that we've lost, all of the like assets that these companies or these startups lost in the last few weeks or month. So if there is a place or if there is a way to create some kind of bank account plus lending plus loan for that is targeted for this niche, which is startup, with some kind of on ramp, off ramp for paying their employees in crypto or in some kind of US dollar that is based or gets its value from Bitcoin, but is pegged to the US dollar. That also is a great idea.
Yeah, super. Thanks for sharing that, Abdel. So we are coming up on time. You are going to also be in our Discord channel, so you can also drop some ideas in there. But can you do a quick shout out to share with everyone what's the crash course? Give everyone a little bit taste, just a little teaser of what you're going to share in the crash course, get to help builders get started building these awesome Bitcoin startup ideas.
Yeah, so I'll try. I'm not sure I'll be able to do it, but I'll try. So imagine right now, if you go to any bank in the world, you'll find some standard things, some common things between these that are offered by these banks. I can, for example, say that you will find a bank account transactions, a credit card, maybe with your bank account or not, and transactions on this credit card. So this is like a primitive or a very basic elementary infrastructure that every bank needs to be able to operate and offer products for their customers.
So Deep Lake Technologies have developed APIs to build those, to have those primitives, like easily accessible. Right. Okay.
Exactly.
So what does that translate into? If they had to build this from scratch, how much time would it have cost them?
Well, if it was not like a lot of work and a lot of things and a lot of effort, we will not be doing that. We know that again.
Abdel, how much time would they be saving because they're using API? Again, they built them from scratch. Like, are they saving a few months?
Yeah,
Or-
for a proof of concept, for a proof of concept, it will be at least 3 to 4 months.
Okay, so you heard it from Abdel. By attending his crash course, you're gonna save months and months. If you just use one of them, you save a few months. If you used a few of the APIs in combination, then you're gonna save a few more months, if I understand you correctly. So definitely show up to the session, because with these APIs, it's gonna supercharge whatever idea you have that you want to build on Bitcoin. All right, so definitely show up to Abdel's crash course, and it is going to be amazing. And again, thank you, Abdel, for coming on this show. And also thank you for offering also your mentor time, because to the
Of course.
winners, there's 2 lucky winners that get one-on-one coaching with Abdel. So if you guys want to build something on the Bitcoin layer 1 with discrete log contracts, use Abdel's APIs to save time and hack something meaningful together in just a week and a half. All right. So Abdel, any last words to encourage the builders?
Yeah, just go there, build. We are so early on like DeFi on top of Bitcoin, or DeFi in general. We are so early. There is like a whole world to build, a lot of ideas. Just go there, build, and do not stop building.
Thank you. Thank you,
Of
Abdel.
course,
Thank you for coming on the show, and we're looking forward to your session next week. Thank you
of
very
course.
much.
Thank
Guys,
you,
if
Albert,
you
for
want
having
to
me.
check out Deep Like Finance, all right, Abdel, co-founder and CEO. Thank you.
Bye bye. Take care.
Bye-bye.